Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from beautiful Anaheim, California. Kind of wish you could see, you know what? No wishing. I'll take you over here real quick. I'll kind of show you a little bit. I was just thinking, why can't I let you see this? This is kind of cool. So, Disneyland out there, some pretty mountains and hills. Isn't that cool? You don't get to see a lot of that in San Antonio, Texas. So I want to have a conversation with you this morning about something that is important by way of your personal philosophy and how you show up in life. Your personal philosophy is actually manifested not so much in what you say, it's revealed in how you live and how you show up. You know, how you show up and how people experience you is a powerful, powerful eye-opener for a lot of people. I've heard it said that people teach what they know, but they impart who they are, which is why the critical element and the critical lever in cranking up your ability to touch other people's lives rests almost completely in your commitment to your own personal growth and development, to your own personal growth and education and understanding. You see, as you become bigger and better in your thinking, you position yourself to lead the way by example. One of the most profound things that I remember hearing as a dad that somebody shared with me that scared me into changing the way that I raised my children was this. They said, your children are not going to do what you teach them. Okay, get that? Because I was very, very committed to teaching, as I still am today, always have been. Since they were two little lines on a little blue stick that Angela handed me and said, guess what? We pray for them daily. We warfare for them daily. We believe for them daily. We speak life over them daily. We declare destiny and future and blessings and hope and life and health over them daily. I mean, literally since they were the two little lines on that little stick where she's like, I'm pregnant again. So we're extremely intentional when it comes to teaching our kids. But the most profound lesson I received was when I was told your kids are not going to do what you teach them. Your children are going to live how you live. Your children are going to do what you do. They're not going to do what you teach. They're going to do what you do. So our children are that front line, if you will, of how are we living? What are we doing? What is the decisions that we are making on a daily basis that is either influencing them for good or that is setting them up for failure in the future, recognizing that we have the same effect on other people. So I want to just touch base and give you a couple basic principles here real quick on what I'm talking about. When you show up in life, I'm at an event this weekend, lots of speakers. When you show up in life, is it, all right, here I am. Here I am, ladies and gentlemen, here I am. Or do you show up and it's like, you see these people and it's, here you are. Here you are. Okay, this is about you, and I'm here to celebrate you and to impart to you. This is about you. And I only ask that because it's my desire to stir up a question that causes you to go internal and think deeply about how you show up. And it comes from a concept, a guy named Kevin Hall. We went to an event recently, and the concept is this word Genshi, which is an old Indie word that Genshi basically means this: I will never treat another person in a manner that would make them feel small, including myself. I'll never treat another person in a manner that would make them feel small, including myself. It's a way of showing up. You know, there's a story about Winston Churchill's mother going to dinner with two guys who were competing for political office, Benjamin Disraeli and Gladstone, two different guys. And she came away from that and they asked what it was like for her to spend that time with them. And she said, when I left Gladstone, I felt he was the most clever man in all of England. Yet when I left Disraeli, in our conversation, I felt like I was the cleverest woman. So think about that for a second. What is the effect that you have on others? And I'm going to take it to another level, a deeper level. Others that you're not connected to or have nothing in connection with and may never see again. What am I talking about? Waiters. I'm talking about waitresses. I'm talking about people who serve you. Uber drivers. The folks who check in bags. Folks who are connected to the service industry, who are serving people on a daily basis and are largely just ignored or dismissed or not acknowledged. Let me not just say ignored. There's a very big difference between being cordial with somebody and intentionally looking to honor them in a way that causes them to see themselves bigger than they currently are. I'll give you an example. It was really funny. We had a big event yesterday, a big luncheon, very cool award ceremony thing. It was awesome. And there was a dude that was serving our table, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And they're serving all these tables, and this dude was just like, you could tell. I mean, a room full of entrepreneurs. It's pretty challenging. And I could see his face. Poor guy. He had a name tag on. Thank God. So he came around the table like this, and I clapped my hands, and I said, Mario, brother, how you doing today, man? How are you doing today? And he stopped in his tracks, and he says, I'm doing good. How are you? I said, how do I look like I'm doing? I'm doing great, man. I said, brother, you are doing such a freaking amazing job. Look at this, man. You're doing an unbelievable job. You're killing it in here. We are so lucky we got you to be at our table. You're the bomb, brother. Keep it up, man. You are the man. His entire countenance changed immediately. And he became who God intended for him to become, even if it's for a short moment. He was manifesting that glorious magnificence, that light that is inside of everybody, just by recognizing that. And it became poignant because at the end of our lunch, one of my colleagues says to me, she goes, wow, we really got lucky to have this guy. He's in a great mood, huh? And I didn't even tell her what was going on. I just laughed to myself. I said, yeah, he is in a great mood. He's in a good mood. It doesn't take much, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't take much to step out of you and create opportunity for other people. It doesn't take much for you to step out of your issues and your challenges and your insecurities and just make a difference for somebody else. I had the privilege of meeting a guy that he and I have been talking on Facebook or acknowledging, who is succeeding at a ridiculously high level, like ridiculously high level. I think he has expanded to over 90 market centers, 118, 120 homes a month type thing. I just like the guy. I just like him. He's a cool guy. I celebrate his successes, and he celebrates my successes. There's no weirdness there. There's no, that's that Steve Collins from San Antonio that does his own thing. There's none of that weirdness. There's just, brother, you're doing good, and you're doing good. And having an opportunity to connect. I mean, what are you thinking? What's going through your head when you are with other people? When you are with other people, are you celebrating who they are and where they are? Are you so caught up in your own stuff, in your own lack, in your own sad story, that you fail to step out of your sad story for a moment and step into somebody else's maybe sadder story that you don't know about and make a difference? I want to ask you this question. You don't have to answer me. You can if you want to. You can put me some hearts on there. You can put me some shares. If you like it, I'm going to ask you the question. How do people feel when you leave their presence? How do people feel when they leave your presence? Are they like, wow, she was amazing. Wow. Or do they leave your presence going, wow, I feel amazing. I feel amazing. Wow. It's not going to happen by accident. Everybody's got issues. Everybody's got issues. Here, I'm gonna be smart aleck. Here's some tissues. Here's some tissues for your issues. Yeah, so you can go like that. Just get rid of your issues. Everybody's got issues. Everybody's got crap that they're going through. Everybody's dealing with their own stuff. Get out of your head. How are you going to make a difference in this life if you wait to wake up other people's greatness until you feel like you've worked through your crap? Do you realize part of God's plan? I've heard this before. I love it. He said, some areas of our life, God will break us free from and help us about 80%, not 100%. And then what he'll do is he'll send people into your life, friends, who will help walk with you through the remaining 20%, so that you learn to receive from and depend on others. And so that you learn to serve and step into opportunity to serve others. How do people feel when they leave your presence? That's a question I want to ask you. Guys don't know this about me. I love to meet men and their wives. Because one of the first things I'll do about anything is I will go look. I'll go look in their wife's eyes like that. And I know everything I need to know about where they are and what they're doing by the look in her eyes. I don't even need to know anything else. And it may be a temporary thing, it may not be. I can discern the difference typically. How do you make those closest to you feel when they're in your presence? And so I'm going to end on this. This is a thought that I had. I actually got to create my own little meme. I felt so special. I quote all these gurus and I got to put my own little thing together. And here's the question I want to leave with you today. Who do you have to become? What work do you have to do on you? What learning? What challenge? Who do you have to become for others to present their best selves in your presence? How you doing, sir? How you doing, ma'am? Who do you have to become for others to present their best selves in your presence? Simply meaning there's something about you of that regal DNA of heaven that your Heavenly Father has imparted into you that is coming out intentionally as a manifestation of unconditional love that inspires others to believe greater about themselves than they are currently believing. How do you leave others when they leave your presence? Do they go, she was amazing, he was amazing? Or do they go, I'm feeling pretty amazing. I'm feeling pretty amazing. Answer that question. It says a lot about you. Here's good news. If you don't like the answer to the question, you have the power to change. Have a great day, guys.